Our next guest is a five-time, good heavens, five-time Emmy Award winner, currently starring in a recurring role on the very popular television series The Good Wife, and I'm proud to say you can see it Sunday nights at 9 right here on CBS. Ladies and gentlemen, you know him, you love him, Michael J. Fox. Michael, come on up. Michael J. Fox. Yeah, that's right. What kind of bird you got for us, son? Michael, I've asked you this 1,000 times, and forgive me if I don't remember. The J, what is the J?
Genuine. Genuine or genius?
Genuine or genius. Oh, genius certainly would apply.
I just made it up.
Yeah. But is it John?
No, it says not. My middle name is Andrew. It actually stands for genuine or genius, whichever one you like.
Okay, we're not getting anywhere here.
There was a Michael Fox in the Union when I joined the Union.
One of those days.
And so I couldn't be Michael Fox, so I didn't want to be Michael Andrew Fox. That just sounded goofy. Mm-hmm. And Michael A. Fox I thought was a little presumptuous. I mean, it works for Vivica.
Uh-huh.
It works for Vivica A. Fox.
Yes.
But so I was watching Bonnie and Clyde the night before I went down to the Union, and Michael J. Pollard is that.
Oh, he was a wonderful
he was
character
great.
actor,
yeah,
wasn't he?
He's a great mug and
that's right.
And
that's
a great
right.
character.
Quite a character.
I aspired to be nothing more than a Weasley sidekick, so I thought.
Well, yeah, you can't really set your sights too high if you're a Weasley sidekick. Anyway, welcome back to the program. And the family good? Everybody
Family's
all
great,
right?
yeah. Busy, and my kids are... My oldest son is out of college. My two middle ones are in college. My fourth one is in 6th grade. And my wife is now writing a cookbook, which is kind of interesting. It's Paul and Family Table, and it'll be out like in October. But she when I was writing my book, she gave me no end of grief about how and I said to her that I'm never going to finish my book on optimism. Mm-hmm. and now she's paying me back.
I'm fascinated by cookbooks. I think they're wonderful, and I always, but I don't know from where do these recipes come, because you can't take them out of an existing cookbook. You got to think them up, right?
Well, I do know that when she makes these recipes, that I get to eat them. Mm-hmm. So I've put on check about the freshman 15. I've got the cookbook 20.
Yeah.
And she just keeps, what is this tonight? Salmon a la hollandaise a la verde sauce. And I'm like, bring it on. Yeah. Bring it on. This goes in the book, babe.
Yeah. Salmon with cockatiel sauce. Do we have the cookbook here? We must have the cookbook.
No, it's not out yet.
Great, thanks.
I'll get you a copy, though.
But does she like family recipes?
Yeah, it's her whole family. Her family are kind of foodies. Her mother wrote for Gourmet, and her brother Michael Pollan is Carl Sagan of food. He's the guy he wrote Omnivore's Dilemma, and it's kind of a famous food guy. And her sisters are great cooks, and so they
I'll look forward to this.
Yeah, it'll be great. I'll get you a copy.
Thank you.
When there is a copy.
Yeah. Do you own a DeLorean?
No, I don't know. I don't own a DeLorean. It would take so much to get me back in a DeLorean. Because when we did it, we had 4 DeLoreans. We had one that was cut in half this way, one that was cut in half this way. We had one that could drive and one that could just be towed. and the ones that you see at the Universal Studio and stuff, that's not the one.
That's not the one. Yeah. And I know I brought this up the last time you were here, and the reason I'm bringing it up again, the DeLorean and you have become larger icons, the longer the movie was produced ago.
Yeah. That was actually the Eastern Barn Owl.
It was the Eastern Barn Owl. We'll be right back with Michael J. Fox, everybody.
We'll look for you again Monday when Dave has Joe McHale and Aloe Black. And now, humor for people who make inexpensive building materials. Particle board? More like particle board.
Michael J. Fox, ladies and gentlemen, on the Good Wife Sunday nights. Great to have you back on CBS. I'm very happy about that. And here's something that happened. It was an award show. What was the award show? Was it the
the Golden Globes.
It seems to me like every time they run off of Golden Globes, it ends up involving you, and one year your son was Miss Golden Globe or something.
Yeah.
What was that? That was...
He's actually Mr. Golden Globe,
Mr.
but only because the dress didn't fit.
This year comes under the category of blooper, I guess.
Yeah, it was kind of a funny thing. I wasn't aware of it at the time, but when I went in on the red carpet, E was running the streaming thing online or on TV or something, where they would have fun facts about the person that would go by.
Mm-hmm. And it labeled fun fact.
Fun fact. You know, Gwyneth Paltrow's daughter's name is Apple. Or Brad Pitt uses Nair, or whatever. And so the fun fact for me was, Michael J. Fox was diagnosed with Parkinson's in 1991. Which is not a fun fact.
Oh, my God.
I mean, they put a nice face on it.
There it is, right there. Oh, man. Wow.
So I wasn't aware of this. I didn't know about it. But my publicist saw it, and she called him up and gave them hell about it.
Yeah. Mm.
And they were really sweet, and they right away wrote me a letter, and they made a generous donation to the foundation, and they sent me a gift. They sent me a box of, it was really nice. And they sent this letter of apology, and they sent this box full of gummy candies. And I wrote them a letter back saying, first of all, I wasn't aware of it. I mean, some people might take offense. I didn't take offense. I think it's kind of funny, and people that are worrying about it, there's a whole Ukrainian thing going on. There's
other stuff.
There's other stuff. Sudan is still a mess, and so don't worry about that. But I said, don't worry about me. I'm fine. Mm-hmm. And fun fact, I love gummies.
April is Parkinson's Month, Parkinson's Awareness Month. Yeah. And where do we stand there? Progress, holding
progress
our own?
We're problem solving. It's a really complicated nut to crack, and so what we've had to do is going into our work is to knock down these problems. To try to find one of our big initiatives is to try to find a biomarker and a way to identify the disease before symptoms are existent, mm-hmm. and we're making great progress with that. And also we've funded $450 million in research. So
amazing, $450 million. But
fun fact, that's more than the Back to the Future movies made in domestic box office.
Now, when you talk to me about the biomarker thing, is this picking out one indicator out of 1,000?
Yeah.
Out of 1 million? Out of 2 million?
It's having a consistent indicator that will nail it every time. And then if we can do that, see, at the same time we're doing that, we're identifying drug targets. Mm-hmm. And we've investigated over 600 drug targets. We've done 60 clinical trials. We've funded 60 clinical trials. So if we can get this hand figuring out a biomarker,
Right.
while this hand is figuring out what to do with that
Sure.
biomarker.
And again, the biomarker, because I don't know specifically what that means. Is it?
It could be a blood an indicator in blood. It could be a cellular anomaly. It could be a genetic, a common genetic link that we haven't found yet.
Right.
We found certain genes, like a LRRK2 gene, which is prevalent in Ashkenazi Jews, and we've identified that, and we can target drugs towards that.
Right.
And then hopefully we'll find other more kind of universal genes that we can target more broadly.
Now, am I simplifying this by saying so? It's a matter of trial and error. I mean, obviously that is what it is, right?
Yeah, science is hard.
Yeah.
What you learn is really quickly that your failures have to be taken and absorbed as successes, because you've eliminated.
That's right.
You eliminated that possibility, and so it's funny because for me it's become less personal and more business. I just want to. Our foundation went into business to go out of business, and I want to go out of business quick.
So. Again, am I oversimplifying it when I say if the biomarker is discovered, then we put it together with the right chemicals, and we are close to putting the foundation out of business?
Absolutely. It's going to be a thing where I really feel as, I mean, I don't have years of scientific teaching to tell me this, but I have a feeling when we get these parts and we get these answers, it's going to happen very quickly. Mm-hmm. Because we know what it is. We don't know what causes it, but we know the mechanism of it. Right. So if we can get in there and mess with the mechanism of it before it starts to go down. Like by the time I was diagnosed, 80% of my dopamine producing cells were already gone, because symptoms don't show up. I mean, for all the world of science, this is the way we figure out if you have Parkinson's. If you can touch your nose, then you don't. And I just missed, and so I do. And that's as sophisticated as it gets. And so that's what we're talking about, a biomarker. We can. It doesn't have to be when you're starting to deteriorate that we know you have it. We can find out much earlier.
Well, let me say this, and I don't mean to embarrass you, but I feel it's always necessary to call attention to the fact that the reason I know about this and the reason most people know about this is because of what you have done to raise the money for the research. To find a cure to put an end to it. So God bless you, and God bless you again. I'll look for a copy of the cookbook as soon as you can shoot it over.
Yeah.
You can see Michael J. Fox back on CBS, where he belongs, on The Good Wife Sunday nights. Great pleasure to have you here, my friend.
Pleasure.
Michael J. Fox, everybody. We'll be back with Naughty Boy and Sam Smith.